Okay, guys, this is going to be another random talk while I drive. I don't know if a lot of you listening to any of my random talks. I know some do, but sometimes it's just good to have random thoughts and random talks about anything and everything. So I was having a conversation with turn it off. Have a conversation with a guy at work, and we were talking about some of the people that has retired from our company. And every time we look up, someone's retiring or someone's leaving for whatever reason. And it's interesting because the guy was talking to me about he can't wait to retire. He can't wait till he can't wait till he get to the age of 75 or whatever age it is to retire, right? And I've told myself a long time ago, like, I want to retire from my company. I mean, I've been here. Technically, you can leave a company and you can retire from a company after 30 years. But you cannot get like full retirement from like Social Security, okay? The longer you wait, the more you get. That's the key. That's the whole thing. The longer you wait to draw Social Security from the government or retirement, the more you get. Which I don't really think that's fair. Honestly, I don't. Because from the simple fact, and some of the stuff that I'm about to say is some things that I also seen on, and I read about, and I seen on YouTube with other people that's retired, that actually retired, and some people that are not retired, they talk about retirement. But no one should have to wait until they turn 75, 76, 77 to get full benefits of retirement. Because think about it. At that age, who knows what your health's going to be like? When you hit 50 and a little bit older, you start thinking. The closer you get to 50, the more you think about things. Okay. And another guy said this on YouTube, and I can really relate to that. Okay. But you start thinking about a lot of stuff, because you start thinking about, for one, you done seen a lot of people around you pass away. Friends, family, people you work with. And I think the older you get, the more and more you see this happening. Like, the more you see it happening near you, around you, in your family. And you can't, like, it's almost to the point, like, you can't really help to think, like, not wishing this on anybody, but like, I need to prepare. I need to make sure everything's okay. Like, who am I next? Knock on wood. But you can't help to think about these things, and then you start thinking about, like, man, I can't wait to retire. I get up and go to this job every day. I do this. Why is it like this? And I understand we need people to work. We need the world to function, and we need the whole world to work, right? So things can get done. People can make money. Things get made. Product gets made, and so forth. I need to get over. But the whole key is, like, you want to retire. Like, we were talking about that at work. We want to retire, like, as soon as possible. And I told the guy, like, I don't think I'm going to wait that long. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to wait that long, because you have people that like they say they want to retire soon, and or they want to wait. They want to wait so they can get a certain percentage of their money for retirement, and then they pass away. They're gone, so they never really got to enjoy their retirement or fulfill that plan. That's what I'm saying. They never got to their plan. That never happened. So it dawned on me. Well, I thought about this a long time ago also. So if you've been on your job like many years, and you're the type of person like you don't want to take off, you don't want to use any vacation time and this and that, and you're worried about, well, I need to save my time because this could happen. If you've been on your job a long time, you're going to get, a lot more vacation time. If you're like really close to 40 or 50, it's like almost important that you just enjoy your vacation, use your time, start using it, because you could lose it. Like, why are you holding on to it? For what? Especially if you have a job that gives you vacation time, but some jobs, if you don't use your vacation time, you lose it. What is this person doing? He tried to turn into a side road that don't even really exist. But you lose your time, and they won't. Some jobs will pay you for your vacation, but a lot of jobs, they will not pay you. And when you want to take off, sometimes it could be difficult because, oh no, you can't take off because this person's off, and no, you can't. But this is like things you've earned, so you're entitled to it. But anyway, I recommend that you start, use your time, like use it all up, not use it up to the extent to where you're going to get in trouble if you're like, don't show up for work or late, but start using it. Don't hold on to it to try to achieve like this perfect attendance, because some people don't take vacation and because they worry about the attendance and they worry about the company and all this other things, which it is hard when coworkers are not there, but you gotta think, you got a life outside of that job. You gotta live your life, and you give like 8, 10, 12 hours to a company that pays you the minimum that they are allowed or they want to pay you to just, and it's just enough to get by, right? For most people. And these companies are you're making a certain amount of money, and these companies are making millions of dollars. Some are making billions. And you're working for them. You're working for a company that's making millions of dollars. Most of you are working for a company that are making millions of dollars. But you only bring home a small portion of those millions of dollars. And they give you what they think is worth the work. And it's definitely not $1 million. It's definitely not $500,000. Think about it. How long, if a company makes millions, how long does it take you working for that company to make $500,000 or close to $1 million? And if you do make that much, if you add it all up and you made that much, you got to ask yourself, like, where is it? Like, because the $1 million is really not in front of you. It could be wrapped up in, land or anything like that. But it's important that you use your time wisely. Start learning how to invest in things that's going to generate more money. Do things that's going to make money. Like, for example, YouTube. A lot of people watch YouTube. A lot of people. YouTube is the second largest search engine besides Google. People are always going to Google to search something, or if they even try to search something on their phone, usually it goes to Google. And some people go to YouTube to learn how to fix things or to make something or just get some information. So it's another viable search engine. So, and you see people on YouTube making all this money. You see YouTubers making videos and they're making all this money. They're getting all these views, and some of them are getting a lot of money for these. It's not per view, but they're getting a lot of money for these channels that they're creating. And think about it. If you go to YouTube, what kind of things do you come across? Sometimes you come across the weirdest videos, the simplest, dumb. Some videos are very dumb, and there's like millions of views for these videos. What are they doing? Are they cooking? Some are not even saying a word in some of the videos. They're not even saying anything. You can make a video about cutting grass. Just film yourself cutting grass and name it whatever, you know, grass cutting video or whatever. If you look up those, you see a lot of people sit there and they just listen to that stuff for whatever reason, either because it's the sound of grass being cut, sometimes it makes people go to sleep, or some people just like the sound of grass being cut, or they just want to know whatever. I don't know. People watch these videos. People watch fishing videos. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, YouTube is another source of income. Try not to wait or take too long to create a YouTube video and post it on YouTube. And I used to think this way about YouTube. Like, I constantly see these people making money and I'm not doing nothing about it. Like, man, I'm just thinking like, man, I wish I could make money like that on YouTube. And I never took the steps to do that. I never took the steps to create a channel to make money. And it's not always about, let me tell you something. YouTube has rules and guidelines, okay? You have to have a certain amount of subscribers to even start generating money. You have to have so many watch hours in a year's time to be qualified to start making money. And just because you see a video connected to someone's YouTube channel, it doesn't mean they're making money, okay? Because YouTube just do that for whatever reason. They do it on videos that it's not even, the videos are not monetized. So the person's not making any money. So take it upon yourself to, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. You could be cooking. You can just be cleaning your house or just doing anything. Try it. Just take a video of you doing something. You don't even have to talk. If you want to announce yourself, you can. You don't have to make no fancy intro or nothing like that. You can do it from your phone. You don't have to do any fancy editing when it first started out, because some people make millions of dollars, thousands of dollars with a simple cell phone, and they just click, record, and they show them what they're doing. Some people grocery shopping and showing what they're getting. And all you do is, after you got the video, you hit upload, put it on YouTube, create a YouTube channel, sign in, put it up there, and you'll see. At first, YouTube, you have to be consistent on making videos. At least, start out once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, or once you get used to it, you're gonna just start posting anything. And go ahead and put it up there. And wait for your views to come in. Wait for people to come in, and people will slowly start subscribing. Okay, you're gonna think it takes forever. It may take forever, but it's more about how consistent you are on posting the video of what you want. Make these videos, post them up there, and just keep doing it. Okay, because eventually you're gonna reach to the point to where you reach the hours. You don't reach the watch hours and the subscribers. You have to have 2,000 subscribers first of all to even start being qualified to start making money, along with the other guidelines. Okay, everybody don't make money on YouTube. So remember that 2,000 subscribers. Once you reach that goal, you got to reach the goal of having the 1,200 watch hours. I think it's 1,200 in a year's time of watch hours of all of your videos total, collectively, all of them. And then you can set up you set up an account to where you can it connects to your YouTube and you start generating money. Okay, post these videos, do that, and just see what happens. Because in the future, if you made a video that's very simple and thousands of people watch it over, in a couple of years or whatever, and you start generating money, you done got the subscribers, whatever, you start generating money, that's a source of income. Okay. And once you do that, your YouTube channel, eventually you're going to start to think like, oh, wow, I'd have made $100. Hey, let me create another YouTube channel about something else. Or it can be very similar, but change it up. Like your first channel, you may be talking in it and you may be showing your face and you may be, very active in this video. But your other channel could be doing something similar. You don't even have to talk. You can put music behind it, whatever. Don't even have to talk. Just show you doing stuff. Gardening. I don't care what it is. And put it up. Okay? And keep adding to those video libraries. And eventually, you'll reach to the point to where they're going to start generating money after you reach the qualifications of YouTube. So these are a whole bunch of this. And then later, when you get ready to retire, along with other things you want to do, this is going to be a random source of income while when you reach your retirement age or whatever. This is going to be a source of income coming in. And it may start coming in way before you start to retire. And I know this for a fact because this is not the only YouTube channel I have. I have another channel. I have like 2 more channels, okay? My first channel I made because I got tired of seeing people making all this money on YouTube, okay? Just by posting silly, dumb videos. So I sat down, I learned this YouTube thing, and I made the videos consistently. I did a lot of editing, and I put those videos up, and I reached my goal of 2,000 subscribers and more, and my watch hours. And then eventually, after I set a limit of how much, I set a threshold, because the AdSense, that's what it is. AdSense connects to your YouTube, and you can set a threshold like, okay, once I reach $100, I want you guys to send me that money. Or once I reach $1,000, I want you to send me that money. So you treat it like it's a bank account, right? So I set my limit to the price that I wanted. The next thing you know, I got a check in the mail, or I got money in my bank account because they sent it to me. Okay. And that's on my other YouTube channel. So I was like, hey, let me create another channel, and I'm just going to cut grass. Okay. Because I see a lot of grass cutting videos. So I did that on that channel. And then I added, that channel was kind of random because I didn't do the grass cutting video first. First I did I just put my camera up on the dash and I just drove around the city, and I just say driving around Chicago or driving around Florida, from this point to this point. Because people, trust me, people watch videos like that. People drive around in the city because they're hoping they may see something that they remember, or they may see this person drove down their street or a place they've been. So I have that on there. Then I said, you know what? I kept seeing all these people cutting grass and they getting all these views. Okay, well, let me jump on the bandwagon. Let me cut grass. Make the video be about me just cutting grass. Don't you know? That video has over probably 4,000 views, I believe, within a short period of time. Not in just 1 week or 1 day, but in a short period of time. And that's the top going video on that other channel, besides me just driving around the city, of me cutting grass. So many people watch that. I'm like, man, I got to make another one. So that channel is starting to grow, and it's starting to get to the point of where it's reaching the guidelines to where I can start generating money off of that. So that's another source of income that I can have when it's time to retire. And I tell people this at work, hey, start a YouTube channel. It's so easy to become a filmer or a director of your own content. It's so easy. You don't have to go to school for it. You don't have to pay anyone for it. You don't have to pay anyone to do editing. It's just take your phone, record yourself, and then go to YouTube and hit upload. It's that simple, okay? And then go to YouTube and figure out how to connect your AdSense, make an AdSense account, and how to connect it to your YouTube channel, okay? So when you make money, it will go to the AdSense account, and then the AdSense account is connected to your bank account, and your money can transfer over like that, or you can have it sent over, whatever, okay? So go out there, put a video up of anything, and just be consistent on doing it. And I have a lot more to say. Like, I watched so much stuff the other day, and I watched a guy that's retired, and he was also saying that retirement in the Midwest, the word retirement shouldn't exist. He said the word retirement to him, it's like the name retirement, the word retirement is like a brand of clothing. It's just a brand. So people like those brands, so they kind of stick with it. Like people like Nike, so they're going to keep buying Nike. So people are kind of programmed to be on this path of retirement, and people are programmed to do it a certain way. You have to do it this way to get to this point, okay? And it helps. I mean, having a 401k, and if you're very lucky, you got a job with a pension, that's the best way to go. A job with a pension. So when you retire and you do leave work, your job will continue to pay you, okay? And then you have your 401k and your Social Security. But the whole goal is try to retire as early as possible and as quick as possible, so you can live your life, so you can be able to climb. I always say this, to climb the mountain that you want to climb without a wheelchair or a crutch, or you're hurting because you can't go to a certain point, or your health is poor. Retire as soon as possible, but when you retire, make sure you have another source of income that's going to come in to help you out. And keep in mind, retirement does not only consist of staying in the U.S. or wherever you guys are from. I'm really speaking of people that's in the U.S. Retirement don't consider of you staying in the U.S., paying these high mortgage payments, high car payments, very high health insurance. Building a house is so expensive here. Everything's so expensive here. You make money, yes, but think about it. Your U.S. dollar, the money here, you go to another country like Philippines or wherever, your money is going to go extremely, like a longer way, depending on what you do in those countries, depending on where you live and where you go, because there are places in other countries where it's Americanized and you're going to be paying American prices. So be cautious of that. But your money can go a long way. You can take your Social Security, your pension, go to another country and pay way less for a place to live, way less for food, a lot less for a lot of things. Plus, you can enjoy your life and enjoy everything. So try to get to that point as soon as possible before you get too old, okay? My battery's about to go down. But do that as soon as possible. And that's another thing the guy was talking about. And he was saying how this system just have you really programmed into believing like you have to work until 70 something to get full retirement, or you're not going to survive. Like, if you don't get to this point, you're not going to survive, because they show you the numbers of how much you can get at a certain age. And when you look at the numbers, it's terrifying when you look at your Social Security at a certain age. As you get into your 50s and 60s and 70s, you look at the amount that you're going to receive. You're like, I can't even pay my my mortgage with that. I can't even pay my car payment with. I'm gonna need another source of income. So think outside the box. Do something that's going to generate some money in the future, like start a YouTube channel. That's one. Or find something online that you can do online. If you're really good in computing and in a computer type deal or customer service, there are a lot of jobs online that you can do to make money. Okay, think about it. People that, when the whole pandemic thing started, they forced people and told people, hey, and some people have to ask, they have to go to their company and say, hey, I would like to work from home. I know in my company, they told people, hey, this is happening. People are getting sick. So you guys in the front office, you guys can work from home because you have a computer. When that happened, a lot of people transferred from not working in their company to going home and working from home. And some people that was really thinking, and then you can do this too if you're online. Say you're working from home right now. You probably be working from home right now, and your job is allowing you to do this. Tell your company, say this. Say, hey, I'm working from home. I have an internet connection and it's pretty good. It's fast. I'm doing all my job. I do what I need to do. I don't have to come into work to do anything. I can do it all from home. Hey, can I pack my things up, and I would like to move to the Philippines or another country, and can I do my mobile work from there? Because I'm already doing it from home. Can I do that from there? Because if you have another wife or a family back in those other countries, you can go ahead and you want to be with them. You tell your job that, hey, I want to be with my wife. Hey, I want to be with my husband. Hey, I would like to be closer to my family, but I would like to be allowed to work from home mobily. And if they say yes, that's the best thing that could ever happen to you, is to work online and be able to go anywhere in the world there's a Wi-Fi computer connection and work from home. Okay, so think about that. What else did this guy talk about? This guy was talking about some other things. My neighbor right there. But think outside the box. Find ways to generate money. Retire as soon as, and he said don't use the word retirement. He said not to use the word retirement. He said, if you're on YouTube and you're searching for how to retire, or how to retire quickly, how to retire as soon as possible, he said, like, Google knows your people search for that. So they're going to send you to a channel that's talking about retirement. And think about it. Some of the people that are talking about retirement and giving you advice, some of them are young and some are not retired, but they know they can get online, make a video for you to watch so they can generate money on YouTube, because you're searching for something about retirement. And these people are not even retired, because how will they know anything about retirement and they not retired? For some of the young people. Now, there are some older people that are retired and they're making videos and they're telling people, this is how it is. So keep that in mind. I've lost my train of thought because I'm like, I got so much stuff that I want to say, and I'm trying to think about it. But see if you can work in these other countries. See if your job allows you. I said that. And I said something about the retirement. I already told you about try not to use the word retirement. um, try not to use the word retirement. What you're really looking for is a change of lifestyle. That's what I was trying to say. You're not trying to retire because you don't even really know what retirement is. So what you're really looking for is a lifestyle change. Like, you're trying to change the way you do things, the way you live. So it's a lifestyle change. That's really what you're searching for. What a lot of us is searching for. Like, you want to be happy. That's a lifestyle change. So you have to figure out how you can accomplish that. And some people just don't want to take the chance to go out and make changes to make that happen. Most people want to stick with the same script because this is kind of what's working here. For one, everyone should go get a passport. I don't care if you're not going out the country. Everyone should go buy a passport and have a passport. Okay? Everyone. Because if you have to leave the country or you want to leave the country, you can do it without a problem. You can also, if you haven't never traveled outside the U.S. and you've been like to Florida, to California, maybe Canada, maybe Hawaii, but you've never been outside the U.S. with a passport, like to another country like Philippines or Japan or any of these other places, you have no clue how it is outside your own backyard. Like, the United States is your backyard. You have no clue what the other world is, what it's like. You only think you know what it's like because you see what you see on TV, and a lot of times a lot of stuff is glamorized, and sometimes a lot of stuff they show the bad side of it and show the good side of it. But you really can't comprehend what it's really like if you've never been there. Like, I never knew how Philippines was. I just know what I've heard. I know what I knew about Philippines. All I thought it was jungle because that's what I was kind of learning in school. There was wars over there. There was a Spanish war. All this, fighting going on, and it's a third world country, and they don't have this, they don't have that. When I first went to the Philippines, the thing that surprised me is a lot of different people over there. It's like a big melting pot. It's like a lot of different people over there, and the weather's great. The food is excellent. It's different. I mean, it's not just Filipino foods. It's different kind of foods over there, but you have to be open-minded and try everything. Okay, the food is good. The people are so friendly. The people are so friendly. There's bad people there too, but the people are so friendly. And I used to think like, okay, do they got a McDonald's? It's a third world country. Do they have a McDonald's? Do they have this? Do they have that? Do they have a Nike store? Do they have this? Do they have that? I got over there and I was so amazed of the things that I didn't know that existed in the other part of a third world country or in another part of the world, especially when people say it's a third world country. No, it's not all jungle. It's tropical. There's bigger cities and nicer cities that I've ever seen versus the city I live here. Like, really tall skyscrapers. It looks very modernized. It is very modernized. It's very westernized. Everything's there. Okay. And this is for most other countries also. Third world countries also. For you guys that's never been to a third world country, you have to go out and experience these things, because if you don't, you really like missing out of pretty much life of what's going on. You're clueless if you've never been outside the country, and you even talk about things that happens outside the country of places you've never been. You really don't know. Like, you really have no clue, because I was the same way. And I never knew these things until I went to the Philippines. Okay. But I'm just rumbling on. I'm just talking about things. But the key thing is try to retire or get out your job early. Some people don't even wait to the full retirement. They say, you know what? I'm going to sell my house, take this cash. I'm going to sell my things. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to retire and I'm going to get my 401k. And yes, you're going to get penalized for not, if you take your 401k early, yes, you're going to get penalized. And that's part of that system that they put you in, and which is ridiculous because they penalize you for taking your own money, which is ridiculous. But anyway, and some people say, you know what, I'm not waiting to 60, I'm going to 50. And they take that money plus the money that you're trying to generate from, or they have an online job, because you have food, you have expenses, so you still have to figure out a way to generate money. And a lot of times it's not going into a building from 9 to 5 and working. You can do it online, or you can do stuff, create content online that's going to make you generate money, because people are doing it all the time. So it's up to you to get online and figure this stuff out, because if not, you're going to be working till you're old. I've seen, no offense to anyone, but I've seen people, and I'm wondering why are these older people working at Walmart? Why are these people that are 60, 70 years old working doing the same job I'm doing at work? Shouldn't they be retired right now? Like, what happened? I don't know what happened in their life or what happens in everybody's life, but for me, I'm thinking like they have this plan to just follow this script all the way up until you can't even walk anymore, to where the government say, okay, now we want to give you this money. Now you can go ahead and retire. After they done wore you out. After your body's just broken down and broke. I don't know. It makes me sick to think of this and how this system works. And don't get me wrong, America is like probably one of the best places in the world, and it should be no problem for anyone to get a job here. It's so easy to get a job here. So easy. Okay, very easy. And if you can't get a job, I don't know what's going on with you. But anyone can get a job. And some people might say, oh, there's no jobs. I went looking. And let me tell you, a job just don't only consist of going to a building or a company and filling out the application. There's other ways you can get a job the same day. If you got a car, you got a way there, you can get there. Some people put you on a job same day. And I tell people, if you want a job really fast and you got transportation, go to a temporary service. Go to a temporary service. And even though they get a portion of what you make, they get a portion from that company for placing you on a warehouse job. A lot of times they send you out on a warehouse job. I think construction sites do this too. Don't think you have to go straight to that company to try to fill out an application to get in their permanent. You can go through a temp service, get a job, and work your way into that company. And while you're there, you can work your way into a permanent job in that company. But that's the quickest way to get a job. And I see people go and they say, I went and look for a job today, I can't find one. And they're going like to McDonald's, they're going to department stores, they're going to like places that most people go to shop. I'm like, go to a temporary service and they're going to find you a job. They will put you on a job just like that, especially if you live near a industrial park. There's so many jobs over there, and they're constantly hiring people because people constantly leaving. But I'm going to stop ranting and raving. I may talk about this a little bit more because I got some things I need to write down so I can talk about it. And I'm going to talk about what some information I gathered off of YouTube and some other things some people done said that made sense to me, and I'll just relate them. Okay. All right, guys, if you watched the whole video, hit the thumbs up. Let me know you watched the whole video and just tell me what you think. Okay. It's just random thoughts, okay? It's just random thinking about like getting out of this system and getting to the point where you can just kind of sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and not being worn down and broken all the way until retirement. All right, guys, I have to go, and I'll see you next one. Take care. Peace.